Hello and welcome to the Truth Kitchen, where only truth-quality pancakes are served and cooked. Here I am, your host, Samuel Delano Robert E. Lee Jefferson. Today we will be talking about a very serious issue that affects all of our homes, the fluoridization of our water. Now, some of you may be thinking, fluoride, I've heard of that. That is what the government uses to control my brain. You are wrong. Everyone knows that brain control is very easily fixed with the correct amount of protein in your diet. The immunology system is perfectly capable of removing the toxins if you have enough meat. Vegans? You leave vegans dying on the side of the road where they belong. No, the problem with fluoridization of the water is instead that it is done by the government at the behest of the dental industry. The big tooth, as it is known, wants to get into your mouth and make your teeth good, even if you don't want good teeth. I tell you, listeners, there is no spookier skeleton in this world or the next than a government reaching beyond its reach with reachy arms of reaching. Our next topic is Bulgaria. I have never left Bulgaria.
The paper I worked for couldn't afford to hire a separate photographer. When they wanted pictures of an article, I was given the owner's camera and told to do it myself. I don't know what made that night different. I have no inklings of fate or destiny. Maybe sheer dumb luck. Perhaps something inside me briefly rebelled against my usual ennui. Perhaps it were a brief spark of ambition, poorly timed. Either way, when I returned to the mine to take pictures of the exterior to go with the article, I could not leave. I could not leave it there. I entered the mine. It were late July. The sun was still in the sky despite the late hour. Partway down the shaft was lit by its light. Carefully, I crept inside, camera at the ready. Bright as the sun were, the light quickly dwindled. The shaft ahead of me was shrouded in thick blackness. Any other day I would have left, considering it too much trouble. Any other day I wouldn't even have come this far. But I steeled myself, and I stepped into the darkness. Good evening. You are listening to the Switchboard, connecting all points in humanity's ongoing voyage into the unknown. I am the host, and it is 17 years since the beginning of the end. It can be hard to know what to say to you all. If I just made my reports, it may make the world seem too grim and dark. The walls closing in on us all a little too quickly. I want to give you all hope because hope is our strongest weapon and our most reliable defense. But at the same time, I don't want to lie. And I want for you all to be careful, because caution is how we keep ourselves safe. Because caution is how we keep ourselves alive. I try to maintain that balance between hope and caution. But truth be told, I have very little of the former, and I have had my fill of the latter. My imprisonment on this island is the ultimate caution, yet it does now to protect myself. My only hope is for other people. I have none for myself. I cannot be helped, cannot be saved. It must sound terribly selfish, but I desperately need hope for myself. Hope for my own future. And if I'm wrong, if my exile does nothing to protect the rest of humanity, then my caution is for nothing, and my hope is in vain. If this is all pointless anyway, should I return to the mainland, get my old job back, rejoin my family, take back my life? And what brief happiness I can have before the end, if they're all doomed anyway. Is some fleeting happiness too much to ask? I am terrified. I know that I'm going to die. I try to tell myself I've made peace with that, and in some ways I have. But I still don't want to die. At the same time, I just want this to end. Please.
I want my country back from unelected liars, hypocrites and sleazy hacks. I want my country back. Their irresponsible delusional agenda makes me mad. So let's make Britain great. Get your fake news from the daily hate. Close your eyes like a fugitive. You deserve it.
And that was SheMakesWar singing I Want My Country Back. And I thought we were going to get our country back after that election. But, well, we got the Tories in a coalition with the DUP. So it looks like we've lost even more of it than we'd had to begin with. Oh well.
Apologies for the loss of signal. Here is the nightly report. Baggy reports that a large worm-like creature has been spotted in the desert near Omnagavi, Mongolia. The creature was seen to burst suddenly from the sand and pull a small goat behind the ground. Baggy urges caution in that area and to keep away from the desert if at all possible. We thank an anonymous worker at the Icelandic Museum for Sorcery and Witchcraft in Holmnavik for the following report. Apparently upon arriving at work, they found the museum's locks and alarm systems had been melted. All exhibitions remain untouched. However, several cabinets and safes storing items of the museum's private collection were similarly scorched and melted, and some of their contents gone. Our informant feels certain that whoever it was knew exactly what they wanted and where to find it. More on this story as it progresses. Another young woman has been found anaesthetized in a hotel room clean to the standards of a hospital operating room. This victim was also found without one kidney missing. The regimen of drugs for recovery and the word thanks cut into her skin. The victim was found in Belfast in Northern Ireland. Have you witnessed a supernatural event? Have you had an encounter with an entity you cannot explain? Do you have vital information for people around the world? If so, I will be happy to relay it. Please send all reports to the host Switchboard, all one word, @gmail.com. For now, this is the host, reminding you never go at night, never go alone, and always go armed.
The Switchboard is a Hog and Dice production, written and directed by Stephen Jack Cullen, with music by Thomas O'Boyle and Kevin MacLeod. The voice of the host was Keith Byrne. The voice of Samantha Coe was Alison Marcellus. You can find out more and see our other projects at hoganddice.com. We really are open to your reports, so please send your written reports or audio recordings to thehostswitchboard@gmail.com, or tweet it directly to the host @switchboardpod. This episode's broadcast failure was performed by Barry Neenan and Stephen Jack Cullen. The song was I Want My Country Back by SheMakesWar. You can find out more at SheMakesWar.com. If you're in Dublin city centre and are looking for a place to prepare for the inevitable cyborg bacteria apocalypse, why not drop into the Clockwork Door? They have a games room, a study room, a fully stocked kitchen, and a board games and reading room. You only have to pay for the time you spend there, and rates start at 8 cents a minute for your first 2 hours. Find out more at clockworkdoor.ie. If you enjoyed today's episode, maybe you'd also like Man's Inhumanity to Man